I feel Xin Zhao would have maybe been a little bit better here, especially with having that Crescent Guard. Gives him a lot of immunity versus some of the range here from anyone's Legend. But instead, they want to try to go for an all-in. Going to try and do this and see maybe if we can look for a top side. But instead of going for the dive, they're just going to cut Taeyun off of this wave. He is still level 1 right now at 3.5 minutes.
Oof. Yeah, that's a roughie as they're going for the engage now. Vampire stepping forward. We do get the flash. Ignite also coming out. So Kyle has to be a little careful as Hope is now the next target. But Monkey gets caught. And a very nice flash from Hope over the wall as they fight the first blood. But it's really important for them to not give up more. WE, they've lost so much on this bot lane right now. Snipe goes wide. No chance for Taeyun to actually do anything. It's crazy.
Oh my god, that was an incredible dive, and maybe they go for more. He has no flash. God. Take this guy down.
Yeah, they really want him. Tarzan has more than enough damage, especially being backed up by Hope here. That is some strong early game there.
First Dragon, everything is going right for AL in this early game.
That's insane. That's like 40 CS lead now for Hope over Taeyun. That's honestly madness. This Jhin is not going to have any fun this game. As you can see, Monkey kind of trying to get some, damage reduction, if you want to call it that. That grubby pit, but we do have Monkey at the objective first. And WE, they have a nice position in the river, but that's a very nice Poppy Hammer as they're flashing forward. They want to play it aggressively. Hope even ults KL into the enemy, but still no ultimate for the Nico. That's the good news here for WE. Maybe they can do something as there is a Tibbers running wild. Oh my god! Shanks, Tibbers, craziness. Absolutely insane as Flandre even gets the pickup on Monkey here. And they have, did we talk about how they have like several extra members on their team? As Shanks picks up the kill. They have Tibbers and the Maiden. I don't want more kills. I want the second Drake. So they should be fine here.
I started freaking out because I saw, basically, I saw them using Realm Warp, and then suddenly there is a Flash Pop Blossom coming in. Hope?
Oh my god, Hope is super mobile, but has used Flash and Cleanse, therefore Curtain Call Snipe just fits, but we get the first Pop Blossom, and it's an easy kill. Vampire trying to re-engage Cal here, but Tibbers is still there, and is going to make sure that Vampire has no business at all moving in further, as we might get a little bit of a redemption arc here on the mid lane. Tarzan picking up the kill.
This bottom lane tier 1, Taeyun now loses his flash. They have gone, it is not even 14 minutes, so that it's at least 10 plates taken between Hope and Flandre and Shanks. That is all of the gold onto the correct carries here.
Yeah, 100%. If we look at the individual gold leads just now, it looks a little insane, as Cube is trying to put some work onto this top lane here. Monkey in the area too. Equalizer coming out, but their flashes are being traded, and Flandre goes for the solo bolo kill, and he's 2 levels up on Monkey, and the Maiden just has to tickle him a little bit. So it's a double kill in top lane, and that's just, I mean, I'm sorry, but that's a 3-0 Yorick. Really rough. I mean, look, there's always the chance of a throw. We've seen bigger gold leads being thrown, as Tarzan is a little bit in a sticky position here, as the Pop Blossom goes just wide because Karis has to flash over the wall, but Flandre just solo kills another person as they're looking for more, moving further forward. Very nice chase here. Shanks coming in with Tarzan from the side, throwing out the Tibbers once more, and it's an absolute slaughter fest in this bot lane. Holy cow. Honestly, GG go next.
They can come back by getting back onto their PCs and logging in for a Game 2 draft. We are 16 minutes, 10,000 gold. Like, I don't know how much more we can talk about this game, just with how cooked it is. And Anyone's Legend really showing off why a lot of these guys are on the All-Pro ballot. Just being able to play so dominantly. It's been a little bit since we saw this team, and yes, WE had a really easy series, all things considered.
And I felt that because, man, I've been there, and I mean, in Iron, you wouldn't play this game. It's just you would have surrendered at this point.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, there's also probably a lot lower CS numbers, I would assume. LPL, I've yet to find it, but I know it happened. Maybe it'll be this game. Maybe we get another one here. Flandre's by himself, no flash, but they do no damage.
Yeah, damage-wise, it's really, really rough. They try to layer the ultimates just as we kind of predicted in draft, but he's able to play this! Very nice ultimate from Monkey over the wall, though. important kill here for Cube, but how much are they losing on the map? The Herald charging through, even stepping back in, and now they're going for a little Tokyo Drift and moving towards that bot lane inhibitor turret as well. First inhib down. They do have the 3 Void Grubs, so this one is going down fast. They're looking to get at least a second inhib here, and I'm not sure, but they can fight it. Tibbers is there. Cube is absolutely deleted from the map, and now Tibbers is frontlining whilst everyone else is kind of trying to, you know, move out.
Damage, I think that's insane, but I think this is going to be a game that is going to do a lot of stat padding for some of these players. They are going to look very, very good in the post-game stats coming in through on this one. AL, we're only at 19.5 minutes. They have 3 dragons. They have 7 turrets, 3 grubs, you know, doing one-on-ones with his players, making sure that they are trying to stay as sharp as possible. And especially for anyone's legend, I feel like this has to be the split that they kind of get a lot of things done here in the playoffs, because making it into grand finals in split 1 was amazing. Falling to top esports, kind of breaking the history that we saw for them in Demacia Cup, where they won versus top esports, then losing in grand finals, in versus WE, and kind of doing it as clinically as possible is important.
As we can see, another Solar Flare coming out as well as the equalizer, but the Pop Blossom in the backline just kills off Karis right then and there, as they're now looking to move further forward. Both the Maiden and the Tibbers, as the members, additional members of the team, are doing a lot of work, but we get another Ice Ultimate from Monkey. He manages to pick up the reset, but has to give his life in order for his team to, you know, stay alive here in this scenario. But Taeyun is going so low. Hope is being sniped off. But you still have Flandre and Kyle on the map. And that's just enough for at least another inhib, if not actually looking to go for more.
It's 22 minutes and we have all 3 inhibitors.
It's crazy.
I just want to keep farming structures on repeat, and if they can't end here, well, guess what? There's a dragon in a minute that'll give them soul, and a baron in a minute and a half.
I just wanted to say, look, the inhib is respawning. So much hope for WE, but, well, there's not a lot of hope because the waves just keep pushing in. Maiden and Flandre doing the work together. All inhibs are back down. And I feel like AL, they are just waiting for a wave state that kind of gives them the opportunity to move further forward here. Maybe this is the moment, as they are trapping Taeyun on the side. And now only one turret is standing between them and the Nexus, and Vampire just pops like a bubble, as it's again Tibbers and the Maiden. The additional members of the team going in. Very nice pop blossom underneath the turret, and everyone is just getting absolutely deleted. Taeyun trying to save himself in the base. It's not enough. In the end, it's the clean ace, the triple kill, and game number 1 for anyone's legend.
I'm so confused by this draft priority. Like, the Pantheon Ahri, okay, I get it. Strong setup in mid jungle. The Ezreal feels like it kind of maybe would have worked, but you knew the Scion was coming through.
I definitely want to see WE come back a little stronger. I want them to look at least competitive, because one-sided games are fun if you're on the winning side, but apart from that, it can get really boring. As we can find a first knock-up here onto Vampire. They are even flashing in for this, and there is the first blood for AL once more. And I can hear Aragon crying in my head right now.
Now, Flandre, you are playing Scion. Tarzan's going to walk right into this, and this could be very dangerous here for WE.
Yeah, Monkey has to be very careful. Tries to use a plant, has to flash over the wall, as Cube is, you know, trying to bodyguard him a little bit, but they're flashing forward. They're playing it aggressively. And now Monkey is in a position. They fight the next kill. Flandre stays alive. Tarzan going down eventually. But they're trying to trade something back as Cube is moving forward. Knock-up fits very well here. And Cube has to flash out again.
Has at least one more jungle camp they can take. He can also walk through one of these lanes and soak some XP. Having that ultimate would actually kind of open up a lot of plays for WE, especially on these side lanes, if they go for an overextension.
Yeah. So first Drake going into the pockets of WE here, as we can see Tarzan invading, you know, looking to get something back as Cube is being pushed out a little bit.
Something a little bit different. He's going to teleport into this top side. This does give them numbers advantage for these grubs. And I think this is a huge win for AL, just being able to have earlier and easier turret taking prowess, especially for a champion like Azir, who is going to be on a side lane. And once he's done with this, Flandre could very easily just use his ultimate and come down towards the bottom lane. So it might even just be a fight here.
Yeah, they're looking for a charm hit, but Flandre should go down here. Tries to buy some time. The ultimate comes through, but it's just not enough. Very nice Empress Divide into Cyclone there. And now with the passive, Flandre wants to come back to the fight. Cube only now arriving. Is that enough for them to trade something back as Shanks is being charmed? Stands very far forward. Picked up eventually, and now AL, they kind of have to run for the hills because these charms from the side of Car is very nice flash into charm, but it's just not quite enough. Only hits the clone here.
That we saw where that flash from Karis got the cleanse out. Ooh, they make this dive happen. No one's going to be in the area. Kyle is nowhere nearby.
A very nice chunk out there from the ultimate, as now there's not really anything you can do. Shanks going down, no flash available.
Flandre, half of his HP gone. It is very easy for WE to hold flanks and use control of this vision. AL are going to try to fight their way through here. They have some pretty big items to start.
Yep, let's look if there's anything they can do. Charm hits something to support, but we do get a very nice Cyclone into the backline, but the damage is just not there. Vampire picks up a kill, but now we get the killer instinct from Hope. He's trying to trade something back. Everyone dropping extremely low as Cube is in the ultimate, the all-out, doing a lot of work. Now Flandre in the passive has to put in the work as Hope picks up a double kill.
What is Hope doing?
But it's already an insane play here by Cube. Hope picks up the double, but Cube completely world in which you can play the fight again. Tarzan over the wall, looking for the plant to maybe find something, but the Drake is down. There's not really an angle for you to fight now as Flandre has to flash away from Vampire. And I think you should move away. But they were going in. There's another very nice Cyclone, and they're looking to put out the damage, but Cube again playing a wonderful frontline here for the side of WE. Karis picks up the next kill, and now Flandre is being chased. Charm hits, and he's down. Very well executed by WE here.
What are we doing, AL? Like, why are we fighting? We know that we don't have our Cyclone up. Let's just go and catch our waves. It's going to be Shanks now dying, and another mid turret.
I mean, very nice try there with the Empress Divide. Hope can try to trade something back, has to flash underneath the turret. Turret aggro eventually does the job, so Cube is going down, but so is his mid lane tier 1. That looked so strange. Also, I would never understand why would you fight. The Drake is down. There's no objective for you to fight about.
That do not matter in the grand scheme of this game. And while it is AL with grabbing those grubs, now potentially even getting themselves a Herald here, they will be able to contest for these, turrets, get themselves some very easy standing goals.
And Vampire managed to get that Magnet Storm in, and for me it's really Cube. He's been playing very well that last Herald spawns, and we're looking to see if AL can get anything out of this. Another Magnet Storm into Charm. Yeah, that one is done and dusted. KL kind of off to the side there. Not really anything you can do. Turret goes down, but it was a close call as Hope doesn't have flash, only has cleanse. He tried to ult there, but it didn't work, obviously. Nice headbutt. They're trying again with the Empress Divide, at least forcing some flashes out here, but
going down as Flandre is up in this wave, but he's going to instead prioritize being here for the fight instead. More waves being caught. Tarzan and Kyle, they are by themselves.
Oh, that was the instant killer instinct coming out, but they're at least picking up something. Karis gets a kill, but Monkey is down. That's important. Now, Vampire a little too far forward as Karis is being chunked out a little bit too. Still has the Spirit Rush, still looks to find something. Cube now in the area as well. We do get the Ethicon on the map, but no one actually cares because this is about Drake. They want to stop this dragon stacking from the side of WE. They need to get something here for themselves in order to buy themselves time. They need this time. They need the scaling. There is no jungler on the side of WE, so the Drake goes to AL, and now they have to move out, not force another fight. That Tribush backport is a little cocky. Oh my god, okay.
There was no unstoppable onslaught, no killer instinct available for anyone's legend. They're gonna have to look to turn, and there's no charm anymore.
So also don't really have a lot of vision. The only hope they have is that the Ethicon is definitely doing some work here on WE as well. They just have to find an angle to move in. We're looking. Flandre gets charmed. can play the front line a little bit, but now is knocked into the wall, and they're moving in. The
Wait a
all-out
minute.
over the wall coming out, but they're actually able to play it. WE is in a really bad position here. The smite sits there, and it's Tarzan who actually manages to pick up the Atakan, but at what cost? As Hope is trying to get some kills as well as Karis. Very nice Magnet Storm again towards the side, and it's a quadra kill here for Karis.
It's to absolutely go berserk in this fight on the Ahri. And how much more can WE get from this? Because they don't have a Dragon Soul stacking that's going to be reliable.
Hope as well. But you don't want to just build on that one carry for the side of AL. I'm afraid Hope is not able to 1v9 this game.
Yet, that we know of. Hope has had a lot of incredible games, Monkey and Taeyun, but this is a really refreshing kind of game where we are seeing Karis and Cube step up we haven't seen them do before.
Oh, yep. That was a kill right there, as we also heard the Scion ult come out, and Flandre trying to trade a little bit here. Karis has to use the ultimate defensively. They need to get back at it a little bit. But I feel like, in my opinion, you know, AL, they kind of forgot it's a new WE. They're building a little bit of an Azir turret here in mid lane. Obviously, a good tool to take away.
Yeah, just wait, just go Baron. Go Baron. We have Kai'Sa, Azir, Shanks. We do not care about this minion wave, guys. I promise you, just hit this turret or hit this objective. This Kai'Sa's already going. Look at this Baron. Can our observers? Let's do a little bit more zoom. I want to see Baron's HP. It's almost dead.
Nope, we're not getting it. We're getting the charm onto KL instead. As Baron goes down, now they can turn towards the fight, but it looks like they are just going to sell their support in order to make sure everyone else gets a free Baron-empowered backport. That mid lane. They want a trap here. Oh my god. Flandre, Tarzan in a really bad position. Flandre does not have that flash Magnet Storm, but there's the Cyclone, there's the follow-up, and we suddenly have damage. AL, they are locked in and loaded. Triple kill for Hope. And that, my friends, is a late game Kai'Sa.
They still have Azir, they still have this Kai'Sa. This might have been the turning point. Hope fly through.
Oh my god, Hope is an absolute psychopath going in between the turrets with the killer instinct. I was just wondering, I saw the Void Seeker, I was like, that's not enough damage, and then there goes the killer instinct as they're picking up Karis now, and
is that the game?
Yeah, what can I say? It's the AL show once more. They are playing guard the cannon minion here in mid lane, as Shanks is pushing on top side as well, trying to sink the wave. There's a TP into the backline. TP into the backline. Cube has to put in the work as the turret goes down for the Azir, who cannot come here just yet, and they're finding something, but Monkey is just not dealing enough damage so far. Cube has to be the damage dealer, but Hope is in the area. Hope can do a lot of work. Very nice flash forward, all out onto Hope. Hope is down, and that is the point where WE have to capitalize off of this, but it's just not enough. Cube goes down, Vampire is being chased, and it was a nice try, honestly. Good idea here from WE, as Tarzan is just tanking the turret, getting ignited, you know. He's just taking all the damage. It does not matter.
That portion of the game where they are nigh unkillable. Too many mistakes coming in from Team WE. Karis has to use a Spirit Rush to get out. Taeyun is still farming a top wave. Like a 2,500 gold lead before this part of the game. And now completely evaporated. Shanks by himself. Gets a bit of a magic damage shield here, but look at how much health he has from the Rylai's.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of work, trying to buy some time. You use the Magnet Storm, use the Spirit Rush. Monkey moved in as well. They're trying to snipe him with the True Shot Barrage. It's not going to be enough. Void Seeker going just wide, but they still pick up the kill. Karis is down, and now Tarzan goes for another Cyclone into Killer Instinct Taeyun. 07 in chat for enemy ADC. This is not working out for them at all anymore. And they've reached, in my opinion, the point of no return. The scaling on the side of AL has completely taken over. They should have ended this game by minutes 25, and they didn't manage to do it. So now it's theirs to lose. Man.
Yep, Cube, let's see it. Any magician work does he have? You know, he still has the all out. It's him and Monkey. Base is fallen.
Yep, they're looking for it, but Cube really in a bad position here, completely left alone, is not even able, pulls the all out a little bit too late, as even the Empress Divine comes out one last time, and again, AL taking over the game. They did make some mistakes here early on, but in the end their scaling was just better and the deciding factor here. And you also have the ability to really, you know, screw up your team's fighting when you ult in the wrong moment at the wrong target.
Yeah, I mean, MF I just think is not going to be very useful this game, unfortunately.
Yeah, range a lot better than Cube. Cube had to step back a lot, so Laneswap wants to make it a little easier there for the Gwen, as we can see Karis being chunked out quite a little bit.
Yeah, that's a disgusting trade. Really good job from Shanks here. They're getting Prio and maybe even trying to make a play on mid lane. Karis getting so much of his HP chunked here.
Oh my god, he has to flash underneath the turret, and Shanks can just step back, take the first blood.
They are moving away from them, so AL get the first dragon of the game. Still 2 minutes before those grubs. They can swap if they want to. They're okay with Flandra being into the Ashe, especially early on. Should be advantage for Taeyun, so he'll continue to build himself a little bit of an advantage.
Proactively, because especially when you play it yourself and you're not in Challenger Elo, sometimes you just don't use it enough, as we can see Tarzan moving in. Taeyun has to flash. And
Tarzan!
Also goes. That was an insane ultimate. Crystal Arrow is gone, but the Glacial Fisher trying to trade something back here as Monkey has to flash over the wall. And they are getting a second kill here, AL.
Gets the knock-up onto Taeyun, forces both of his summoners, and still gets the kill. Gives it over to Flandra. Now they get 3 grubs. Another great start here for AL early on. Some mechanical prowess coming on through, and if they want to, just jump on through the portal. Who cares? Really safe exit, and this is playing more and more to AL's strength.
Here in time. Another very nice portal there.
Wow.
But AL, they have to kind of accept their fate here and not go for the contest anymore, because Tarzan is just too far away. Unless he wants to flash in there, he shouldn't do it. Bard ultimate into a little bit of a bullet rain here. Just not enough damage so far.
They have no crowd control. Outside of Kael throwing the Tempered Fate, there's really no way for them to start fights.
Does skill matchup decide this?
I really do feel like AL usually are much better. I wouldn't say that they're the most mechanical players. I think if we're talking about like the best in their roles, you're looking at a team like BLG where maybe they can get away with a draft kind of similar to this.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think that for AL, they're a much smarter team than a lot of our other LPL organizations here will be thinking about.
Yeah, 100%. We've talked about all the work that Bard has to do for the team so far. KO been doing a decent job as they're looking to get some push onto this mid lane here in order to have an even easier time moving towards the Drake. We're even spawning the Herald, so they want to take down this turret for sure. They also have the 3 Void Grubs, which then gives them even more, you know, ability to do so, as there's a lot flying in this top lane here, and it's not flying in the right direction. So the Shockwave being gone, Clone being used for Shanks has to flash out. Ultimate from the Bard coming in, as they're stuck in a bit of a tricky position here. Bullet time now trying to do some work, but the Bard shield, the Braum shield rather, coming out right away, as the cleanse from Hope has been used. Now they have to find a re-engage over the wall. Flandra moving in as well, and in the end it's Hope picking up the kill, and I have no clue how they saved that situation.
Wow.
The good news for WE is they managed to pick up the first turret.
Vanden, I just, again, the Tempered Fate from Kael. We put so much priority onto whether or not this Bard was going to be effective this game, and this play really was predicated on getting that Tempered Fate to slow down Cube and this Gwen. So the heal coming out from Flandra saves them. They grab the Dragon on top of that. AL are still pushing the lead, now gaining a...
So they get some info here, WE, but not really in a position to force a fight. They do have the better engage tools, and I understand why the chat is asking the question of why are they not diving? They have Ori, Ashe, and McFury, but it's just been very hard for them to position in the right way, and AL have always found ways to, you know, move together as a unit. Kale putting in so much work as the Crystal Arrow goes wide again, and therefore engage tool gone now with the Tempered Fate coming out into the bullet rain. Yes, you can throw up the Braum shield, but Shanks is in the backline. Shanks is looking for the knife, and he gets it! Oh my god! That was just beautiful. That bullet time. You do get a nice shockwave out. Kale's dropping very low, but they can just move further forward. Monkey, last one standing in this scenario, as we have Cube on the side lane, but there's no reason for him to move into this. Robertson's now completed on that Orianna. You said it, maybe not the greatest decision. However, it is some sort of an item spike. So So let's see if they can do some work.
But they didn't even wait though. But they didn't wait. Like the whole point of us doing the setup before was, hey, we're getting our second items. Let's wait before, let's buy our items, and then we can look for an engage. That didn't end up happening. AL found a moment where the Enchanting Persona from Taeyoon misses. They make a snap engage after using Tempered Fate. Should not be a fight that WE are taking, but at this point, you have to go all in. Everybody gets blown up by Shanks. Kael's able to follow up even.
And it's interesting, again, to wonder, okay, so they got a Drake, but what did they lose? Both of the side lanes are being answered here. Tempered Phase comes out once more. It only hits Paras. Can move away, at least for the moment. Another nice chunk coming out from Shanks here, but they also used a lot of abilities. They have to be a bit careful not to step too far forward as they are looking to contest their own jungle, and now we're going in again! TPs are coming out as Tarzan has to use the Crescent Guard. Very nice way from the Braum trying to save his team, but there is just not enough damage. The Needlework trying to do some work. Can they get some more? It's important, but it's already the double kill, the triple kill for Hope though. Cleans up the fight once more. Another ace, and they are looking to push for these next few turrets.
Well, 3 grubs, demolish proc as well. I mean, Flandre has a lot of HP. This is that AD Nidalee that we saw. Well, look, 25 minutes in, we really wanted to do a check-in as to where these lane matchups have gone. AL are smashing in every single department right now.
And now Half-Life has to step back. There's nothing they can do.
That's
and we know. Man, a Fête LeBlanc is so disgusting as well. Like, she steps on you one time, you're Half-Life. It's done. Crystal Arrow coming out, but immediate reaction again with KL with the Tempered Fate. Now with the bullet time not being blocked, enemy AD carry immediately down. Cube trying to put in the work in the backline, trying to get some damage onto Hope, but it's Shanks again going unstoppable as Flandre is looking for the triple kill here. Monkey trying to kite and kite and kite away. He's putting in some work. Going untargetable one more time, but in the end, it's Shanks again. Another ace. The wave is there. Can they look to end here? They definitely want to. 8 seconds on Vampire. But Vampire alone will not be able to save WE from this absolute destruction. Game 1 was a stump. Game 3 was a scaling comeback. Game 2 rather, and Game 3 was another stump if you ask me.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.